Alright, and I feel like I say that at the beginning of every stream. Alright, I think we're live. Like every single time. Like always, I'm going to check and make sure that I am actually live. Alright. Yep, sure are. Okie dokie. I feel like I say that at the beginning of every stream. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to pull this up on my computer just so it can be going. Alrighty. Don't mind the old janky setup. I have quite a few chargers out here. I was charging my GoPro, I was charging my computer, and I was charging my phone. Everything was low on battery, like all at the same time, so goodness. Okay, so today guys, we're going to be making color for our website called Mayfly. I packaged all the baits that were up here last time. I have just a couple extra of the shiny shiners, so those are not packaged, but everything else has been packaged that was made on the live streams last week, I believe. So today, like I said, we're making a color called Mayfly, and then I think we're also going to make our shadow color that I need to make. I have never made either of these two colors. They're both going to be new for the drop on Friday, January 31st. So I'm going to mix this up. So the top of that's actually going to be the this color right here. This is monkey milk, if you guys do not know what that is. And then the bottom is going to be this color right here. It's just going to be like a very, very kind of opaque and light brown with some red in it, as well as some copper in it. So I'll show you guys that a little bit better once we get further in. So I'm also going to add just a little bit into here, just because I don't think that's quite enough. I think that should be good though. Come on, there we go. All right, guys, it's finally getting a little bit warmer here where I'm making this video. Well, this live stream. It's been absolutely blistering cold the last couple days, so I'm very glad that it's starting to warm up. I still have my big winter parka on just because it's not warm by any means, it's just a little bit warmer. Like when I walked out, this was obviously still frozen like a block of ice, but, well, not like a block of ice, it was a block of ice, but it at least was, it's not terrible out. So let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. These guys are heating up right now. Don't mind that. That's my little snack my little brother brought out to me beforehand. Cold and conductor. It is, like I said, it is just kind of chilly out. So those are all warming up. They should be plenty warm actually right now, but I'm just going to keep them on there until I'm going to use them. So for now, we're just going to kind of let these sit, kind of wait. I am going to get some of that blue pearl and black pearl or black flake out, just because like you guys saw, I added a little bit of extra plastisol just to kind of give some more of that monkey milk. So I need to add the black powder and the blue pearl powder as well. I am starting to build up quite a few pucks right here. I have all of these right there, and then I obviously have these guys over here as well. Well, those are kind of my trash pucks, but I also have these. These are for like specific things, like this is monkey milk. That was my blue herring when I used to do that. I believe that's maybe my burnt orange color. So I have quite a few. Let's see here. Jacob the Fisherman. I don't think I've ever seen you on this channel yet, dude. I'm gonna look you up. I don't think I've seen you on any of my lives yet, so I'm glad that you're here. Jacob the Fisherman. Sweet. You got a nice little channel too.
I don't think I've ever seen you on this channel yet, dude. I'm gonna look you up. I don't think I've seen
Awesome.
you on
Sweet. Yeah, thank you for joining in. I appreciate that. What are you making today? No, but I love your vids. Today I am making some, they're called Mayfly. The color is actually on, oh nice. That's okay. It might, yeah, I think I just have to.
Thank you for joining.
Yep, that's all it is. Okay, I was gonna go off anyways. I'm going to make the Mayfly pattern. This has never been on my channel before. It's gonna be new for the drop. It's gonna be one of our new colors. So obviously this is nowhere near ready, but Jacob, if you didn't hear at the beginning, the top of the bait is gonna be monkey milk pattern that I have. I already have some of it pre-mixed up, and then the bottom of it is gonna be a kind of like a motor oil with some red flake and some copper flake, but just a little bit different. You'll see what I'm doing here in just a little bit. Catfish Terry, I don't think I've seen you in here either, dude. This is awesome. We got 12 people watching. This is awesome, guys. Thank you for joining in. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. I have a feeling most of you guys already subscribed, but those likes always help me out there. I appreciate you guys being in the live today. We're just gonna make some baits. I have quite a few different colors that I've been having to make lately for the website drop this Friday, so we've been cranking them out pretty fast. Actually, we've been doing quite a bit of stuff. I have almost every single color in stock on the website waiting for Friday, except for just a couple colors, and today is going to be some of the last colors. I'm making the Mayfly pattern, and then I'm also going to make a color called Shadow, so it's going to be pretty cool. I think. You guys excited for that drop on Friday or what? I'm excited. Also, if you can hear the road behind me, or well, it's technically the highway, it's because I have to have my door open right now because obviously I'm making these baits, and I don't have like a different ventilation system in here, and I'm pretty close to the highway, so it's pretty loud. We are getting pretty close to them being clear, just a little bit longer, and they should be. So awesome. Thank you guys. Sweet. Thank you. And then there's Cole. He's always in here. He's an OG. All right. I might not keep him in for the rest of this time. I might take him out with about 30 seconds left or so, just because I don't know if they really need that much time or not. We'll have to see. And then just so you guys know, I might make some like YouTube shorts while I'm doing my lives. That's why I might start recording with my phone a little bit. Just some lives in the background, or not some lives, some shorts in the background, just for some more content. Not a bunch of people see my live streams, so I like to make some shorts while I make them. I'm gonna convince my mom to get some lures from you. Awesome, dude. I appreciate that. Hey, you don't have to. There's no rush. There's no, you don't have to or anything, but it's always appreciated if you do. And we got 14 people in here. We got quite a few people in here. I think this might be the most we've had on my live stream, at least since I've been back. Maybe last year. Goodness, this is awesome. I'm just breaking I might turn that off and unplug this, just because this is already plenty warm and that's plenty charged, so I don't feel like constantly having to restart that. But okay, let's see. It's getting there. Yeah, it's definitely getting there. It's not quite ready, but but it's definitely pretty close, so that's good. This color is pretty transparent, so this is definitely more of a clear water color. It's going to look kind of like your bait fish, some of your more interesting looking minnows. This is going to kind of match that color. So I think I'm actually going to add the pearl powder in for the monkey milk side right now, just because why not? If you guys haven't been watching since the beginning, like I said before, I said it a couple times, but we're just going to be making a color called Mayfly. This is going to be on my website January 31st. That's when my website's redropping. I used to have my website up last year, and then I took it down to do some improvements. And this Friday, I am dropping it again. And this is going to be one of the colors on my website, as well as all the other colors that have been in my videos recently. So the top of this color is going to be this monkey milk like you see here, and then the bottom of the color, or the bottom of the bait, is going to be a color that I haven't made yet, which is going to be that color right there. I just don't have it made yet. I think actually maybe might just make that color right now. And this is where making the short comes into play. Just got out of school. What's up, everybody? Awesome. That one outdoors, man. Goodness, guys, I have not seen a lot of you guys before. This is awesome to have you guys all in my live. I appreciate it a lot. I'm going to start doing like a little YouTube short really quick for this color pattern. And then we'll put it back in the microwave, and then it should be pretty close to being ready to inject after I do that. So I haven't mixed it yet. That's why I was taking that off, was to mix it. So I do plan on upgrading my colors sometime soon. All of these ones that say soft baits on it are from Do It Molds, and they have very good colors. Like, their colors are awesome, but I love the Lure Works. Like, that's my favorite brand for all colors and pigments, and glitter, actually. I just think that they're an amazing brand, so I would like to transition into only theirs. But okay, so I don't want it to be super saturated. I don't want it to be super saturated. Like, I just want it to have like the tiniest little hints of that. So I'm not gonna add a ton. And then I am gonna add quite a bit of this red, just because it's kind of what I want it to look like. So, brain fart for a minute. Okay. Okay, that is that color done. And then I'm also going to add some of this copper glitter. Just like that. I don't want a ton, but actually I do want a ton. Not a ton, but more than that. And I think because we've had this out for so long, I don't think I'm going to be able to mix it yet. Let me check. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to mix this. So instead of making it into a huge glob mess, I'm just going to put it back in the microwave, and then once it's back up to temperature, I will mix it. I'm going to just put it in there for 1:35. We'll check the stream. Just posted a, what's it called? A short, like, I don't know, a half hour ago, 20 minutes ago. You guys should check that out. Hello, that one. Where do you get your molds? I'm interested in trying to make some for myself. So I use a lot of the Fat Guys fishing molds, I believe. That mold, that mold, that mold, that mold, that mold. So I have like 5 molds, I believe, from Fat Guys Fishing. The mold that I'm using today, this is the Angling AI 2.25 inch crappie one right here, the crappie minnow. So that's from Angling AI, and then my stick baits are just from Do It Molds, and then this one right here, I'm actually trying to sell that mold. That's just a 4-inch grub. That one's also, I believe, from Do It. I just don't really like that mold. Jacob, I have used Amazon molds for a while, but the Do It molds and AI use or molds are personally my favorite. I think that, so the Amazon molds you have to be pretty careful with. If you get those stone molds that I know they sell on Amazon, they're only like 20 or 30 bucks, and they come in like that 1 cavity. You guys might know what I'm talking about. I would not recommend getting those. I would recommend at least getting the Do It molds. They have some cheaper molds. They're still like not super cheap, but those $20 or $30 molds that you get on Amazon, I had those not too long ago when I first started. Well, actually, it was quite a while ago when I first started. And I just always felt like they were kind of, I don't know, they weren't super consistent. And then actually one of them ended up blowing up. Well, not blowing up, but kind of like exploding when I was using it. The corner like shot off, so I had to throw it away. Alrighty. So that looks pretty good. It's not like exactly the color I was looking for. I forgot that when this motor oil's thin, it looks like really like a yellowish brown. So I am gonna add no, I'm not. That's pretty thin on the knife, so I think on the bait it should be fine. I'm not gonna add anything. So that's gonna be the bottom color, and then here's the top color. This is the monkey milk. Ouch, forgot I literally just used that, so that's nice and hot. Okay, get that off of there. So usually, guys, when you're making baits, you want the top color to be darker because most of the time fish in real life, that's how they kind of camouflage. They have the darker top and the lighter bottom, but this is a little bit different. I'm gonna have a little bit of a darker color on the bottom today and then the lighter color on top, but it's not gonna be like super different. I don't know, you guys will see what I mean. I think I had a couple other people talk in the thing, so let me see. Yo, I just got out of school and we're watching you. You're live on the TV. That's awesome. That's cool. Hello, hello. Jackson Lynch, what's up, dude? I just turned my notifications on so I get notified when you go live. Awesome, I appreciate that. I personally think that the Fat Guys Fishing is overpriced. No hate or anything. Yeah, it is definitely, like, it is expensive, but I have noticed that like the quality of the baits are like, they're really there. I've had, you know, quite a few of their molds for quite a while. Some of them I just got recently, but some of them I've had for quite a while. So I do think that their products are pretty true. And obviously, you know, no hate. It's just kind of your opinion. But I definitely see where you're coming from. They're not cheap, I know that. I just think that for CNC aluminum molds, they're pretty good. Also, I've heard pretty good stuff about the Epic bait molds. I have never tried them, but I know that they're supposed to be pretty good, so. Hello Lane, how are you? Frog, can you do watermelon on top for the top chartreuse? I would think that would look nice. Yeah, I could probably do that at some point, like for a video, like a custom color. I don't know if I can do it today just because I'm trying to crank everything out for my drop on Friday. If you guys didn't know about that, I'm doing a drop on Friday. It's gonna be like a total redrop. If you haven't noticed, my website's been down because the last couple months I've been redoing my website, redoing colors and figuring out what I want to have on my website and what I don't. And so I probably won't do it like this week, but maybe next week or in a couple weeks I'll do that color if I can remember. So let's make sure this is about at temperature. It needs to be about 320 or so. 323, and that one I'm pretty sure was, well, that's actually probably closer to like 330 or something. I just didn't give it time. And then this guy, it might have gone down too much from just sitting here. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this. So that's what it looks like. We're gonna do the blending block. I need to do my YouTube short just real fast. All right, and we're gonna inject. Okay. Perfect. I also just remembered I did not oil this thing beforehand, so I'm glad everything worked out. That would have been fun to have to fix that. Perfect. So as you guys can see up here, it's not quite as brown as it looks in the cup, which is what I was going for. So that's what it looks like. So you guys will obviously be able to see what it looks like once it's done. Or reverse. Yeah, I can totally do that at some point. Just like I said, just probably not quite yet, just because I am doing stuff for my website lately. So let's see, I think someone just put something in the comments. I've tried going live so many times, I don't know why I can't, because I've tried not showing up my face, not taking in everything else. It just keeps taking down within 3 minutes. That's weird. You have the right amount of subscribers. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not too sure. Have you contacted like YouTube's, you know, like helper or whatever it is? We're holding steady at like this, like 10 to 12, sometimes even 14 people. That's kind of crazy. This has been the most I've ever had in my live streams. Usually it's only like, you know, like 5 maybe or so, which I'm obviously still always grateful for. It's just, it's awesome seeing these even higher numbers. So we're just gonna undo that. Oh, nice. That went right down into the insulation. There it is. Okay. Alrighty. Just gonna dump that back in there. Close that up. So usually you want to top off the cap. I could tell kind of doing this one that I wasn't going to need to, just because I kind of topped off the sprue when I first did it, and then like you can see here, it didn't really go down that far, so not that big of a deal. I'll toss that in there and that one in there. So I'm excited to see how the drop goes on Friday. I know I've had a couple people talk about it, so I'm interested in seeing it. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be nice having my website up and running again. It's been, I mean, probably 8 months or so since I've had it up. So, but the last like two or 3 months or so, I've been fixing some stuff on there, making it look a little bit more like an actual website. It definitely doesn't look like an actual, you know, like crazy, you know, $1 million website or anything, but it looks a little bit better than it did last year. So And then if you guys remember last year, I used to have some bass swim bait molds. They looked, I don't remember what size they were, to be honest, but they were like big swim baits with paddle tails on them. I got rid of that mold just because I wanted to transition into really only panfish baits. So that's one of the molds I got rid of. And then I also got, well, I haven't gotten rid of it yet, but I took it off my website. The 4-inch grub that I was talking about earlier, it's down there. I haven't sold the mold yet, but I would like to sell the mold just because I'm not a huge fan of the mold. And I don't really use that style of bait that often, especially not that big. I use the twin tail grub in, you know, like an inch or two, but not 4 inches. That's pretty darn big for a grub. All right, these should be good to undo now. So just gonna undo these guys. I am going to try to film that if I can, except I don't think they're gonna come out nice. It looks like they're kind of on the top. Okay. Can you guys see that? Oh my gosh. That color is absolutely awesome. You guys see that color? This color is sweet. Let me see this. Here, get this off here. Guys, you see that color? That thing is sweet. And I'm not saying that I came up with this color at all. I promise you that. This is just my variation of the Bobby Garland mayfly. So I'm not taking credit. If you guys are trying to, you know, if you guys are thinking that I'm trying to take credit, not doing that. This is just my variation of the color. And I think that turned out pretty awesome. Some of these ones on the bottom, it blended a little bit more, but it's all right. You can definitely still see the line, but it still turned out really good. So yeah, like I said already, these are going to be one of the colors that is on my website on January 31st. So just get one of these guys out. Come on. Okay, so there's that. Oh, that's a really, really cool color. I love that color, guys. I'm going to obviously do another round. And I think I'm going to do quite a few more rounds of this, actually, just because, like I said, I've never made this color before. And I'm loving it right now. What are you guys' opinion on that color? You guys like that color or not? It's definitely more of a clear water color, in my opinion, but I think it turned out really good. Let me see. My bait making channel, I can go live perfectly fine. Me too. Obviously you can see right now, as long as I have my hotspot on. If I don't have my hotspot on, sometimes it's harder to go live. I don't know what's wrong. No, I probably should though. Me too. What brand of plastic presses do you use? Matthew did on plastic, red label, medium for. Matthew, I do not use dead on. I've used it in, well, actually no, I have not used dead on in the past. I use oh my goodness, bait plastics. Goodness, I use the bait plastics 242 blend for my bigger baits like my Senkos. That's the only thing that I use the 242 on, and then I use the 142 on all my panfish baits. It just is a little bit softer of a blend, so it has better, it's better for like all of the smaller appendages and stuff, I have found. And my baits, some people like their baits sinking, some people like their baits floating, but for panfish baits, it's always going to be floating for me no matter what you say. Your panfish baits definitely, I think, should float. Senkos, I do understand, like a lot of people like them that when they sink. And there are times where I'll make Senkos that sink, but I just always grew up on having some floating Senkos whenever I use Senkos, so that's kind of why I use floating Senkos. But the bait plastics, or not bait plastics, the dead-on plastics, I've heard those are amazing too, so either of those are really good blends of plastisol. I'll put this in there for another minute or so. Let's see, what brand? I've heard that one is great. They're going to start doing only panfish baits. Yes, I have. So mainly just because I'm a huge panfish guy. I do go bass fishing all the time, but I just love panfish, pan fishing and panfish baits. You know, like I just love these baits and stuff. So yes, I am going to start doing only panfish, but I'm also going to do the Senkos. The Senkos are not going anywhere. So can you show the grub mold? I might want to buy maybe if you can't. That's right. That's all right. Yeah, of course, dude. I'll show you it. This is a Do-It Molds grub, 4-inch grub. I can pull it up on Google too and show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like though. This looks like that. Might be hard to see because the light's kind of having a glare, but that's what it looks like. It's when it hangs, it's 4 inches. It's kind of hard to see because of this glare, but it is a really good mold. I've used it many a times, and I've sold quite a few baits from that mold. I don't know. I don't use it a ton, and I don't know. I'm just not like the biggest fan. So, I don't know why it's saying like the message is retracting. I'm not sure like why it's doing that. Jacob, what did you say? What did you say right here? Because it's saying something that the message is retracting. It also said that for the outdoors man. I think that's when he asked about the thing. I'm not too sure why that is. Looks really good. Thank you. You should put that on the bass lure. Sound super good. W wallpaper. Hey, thank you. I made it myself. Does that include bass? What do you mean, does that include bass? What did you mean by does that include bass? Oh, that's one of the $82 molds. I was looking for the multiple cavity mold. I'm definitely not selling it for 80 bucks, I can tell you that. I could definitely do a lot lower than that just because... Oh, you deleted it. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't charge you 82 bucks for that, that's for sure. Okay. Kind of have a mess going on here, so I'm gonna put this stuff away. Okay, just like that. Alrighty. That's not quite ready. It's just there's a couple chunks still that are in there, probably from just the old pucks that I put back in there last round from the injectors. Okay, put that back in there. Probably just another minute or so and those should be ready. So if you guys have not seen my channel before or watched any of my lives, I don't put it in the shorts, but I always put my baits in a cooling bath right here after I inject them. I don't hang them. I just have always done it this way, and I've always liked doing it this way. After I do this, I take them right off the sprue and I put them in there. I let them cool for about 5 minutes. Sometimes I do, you know, 10-15 minutes or so, or just whenever I get to them. There's no like too long that you can have them in there. You just want to have them in there probably at least 5 or 10 minutes. I've found is pretty good. and then I take them over to the table and I lay them out like this, just like that. It definitely takes a little bit more time than having them hanging, and it also takes up more space. But I've just always found that it makes a better product in the end. So yeah. And if you have like paddle tails or something, you don't, you know, or not necessarily paddle tails, but if you have any baits that when you put them down on the goodness, that smoke got in my face. If you have any baits that when you put them down on here, they're going to dent, or not dent, but like kind of lose their original shape, you might not want to put them down. But the baits that I have down, they don't have any tails or anything, so it's pretty easy for them to lay flat and be all right. I'm gonna check the temperature of this bad boy right now. Check the comments, make sure there's nothing new. What I mean by does it include the bass, like is it the bass fishing lures, because bass is technically panfish. Well, I'm keeping the Senkos up. The Senkos are gonna stay, but that's the only bass mold that I have other than that grub. But that's the only bass mold that I have, and that is staying. Yeah, I just sold my other bass molds a couple months ago. All right, so this is about, what's that saying, 315. Okay, just like that. $282, $294. Oh guys, we hit 2,800 last night, so that was pretty awesome. Definitely. Well, we went from 2,700 to 2,800 very fast. I had a couple of videos that did pretty good, like 15,000 views. I think one of them had 16, one of them had 15. In that, other way. So, and then one of them I think is at 7 right now, but kind of growing still. So that definitely helped. So, but I appreciate all your guys' support on my channel. It's always definitely appreciated. All right, here goes round 2. Just like that. I think I'm on a piece of plastisol because, gosh darn it. Hopefully that didn't mess up how these went. I was on that piece of plastisol, and so it was kind of rocking my mold. I hope that didn't mess up the final baits, but I guess you never really know. Let's see here. Just dump a little bit in there. So that's what I mean when I say top off the sprue. Oh, got a little bit out on the outside. That's all right. So you just want to top off the sprue. So how was the fishing convention? Okay, I gotta go eat dinner. I'll be back on the next live stream. Can I get a shout out? Do you know the base? Okay. How was the fishing convention? The fishing convention was awesome. It was so cool. I got here. I think I have a picture of it. Let me see here. These are the baits that I got when I was there. So I got 3 spinner baits, and then I got this glide bait. So it's a 4.5 inch glide bait, so nothing crazy. And then these are all 1/8 ounce spinner baits for crappie fishing and bass and stuff like that. Okay, I gotta go eat dinner. I'll see you on the next live stream. Oh yeah, totally fine. Thank you guys for joining in. Can I get a shout out? Shout out to bruh, nice name, Silly Sigmas. Awesome. Did you know that the biggest sturgeon ever caught was 3,500 pounds? No, I had no idea. But thank you for telling me. All right, so this is pretty close to being ready, I think. Hold on a minute. My subscriber count is going up by quite a bit right now, and I'm confused as to which video is making it do so. I believe. Oh, it must be this one. Alrighty. Sorry, You selling any other molds, LOL? Not currently, no I'm not. But I will always let my YouTube channel know if I'm ever selling a mold. I'll put it in like my community or something like that, just in case you guys ever want one. I might maybe do like a, if I ever want to get rid of my mold, maybe I'll do a giveaway or something like that, I don't know. But like I said, I don't really have any other molds I want to get rid of besides just that 4-inch grub. So okay. So here is round 2 from these guys. How'd they turn out? Pretty good, I think. That's going to be the worst one right there. Always towards the end is going to be the worst, usually. But all the other ones turned out really good. And actually, this one didn't turn out too bad at all. So these turned out very, very good. We're going to toss them into the water, just like that. And we're going to go on with round 3. I think I'm going to make a couple packs of these guys on live today because I really like this color and it's never been on the website before. So this is one of the colors that I was like super excited to make, so I'm glad that we're finally making it. Like I've been waiting to see this color into my mold. Okay. So I'm gonna let these go while I'm getting this stuff out of the injectors. Oh goodness, those are still hot. Definitely thought those would be cured by now. Didn't realize I had so much plastisol in there still. Probably could have kept putting that into the cup earlier. Ow, that is nice and hot. Okay. I'm gonna make sure my coat's okay. I was gonna make sure my coat wasn't in the way of everything, which it kind of is actually, but I was mainly saying like, never mind. Okay. I'm just gonna try to get some of this at least off the table, just so it's not everywhere, because it is kind of annoying having all these random plastisol strands and stuff everywhere. And I can reuse all the plastisol that isn't mixed. If it's mixed, it's not usually good to reuse, but I can definitely use the stuff that's not mixed. Okay. Let's see here. I don't think this is going to be ready in here. Actually. Yeah, it's definitely not ready, but it's pretty close. Closer than I thought. Okay. This guy out of there, and then next round, after I inject this next round, I'll put these guys back in the cup. Okay. some of that off to the side a little bit if I can. This is obviously not going to be reused. Just need to clear that out of the way so we can have a flat surface. Last round I got kind of scared after I injected that I wouldn't get a good melt because I had some plastisol on the bottom and it was making my mold kind of shaky. But I ended up shooting pretty good, so just get some of that over out. Okay. I need to get some oil in here. These both definitely feel like they're up to temperature. Let me check the comments real quick, or the chat, see if anything's going on. Thanks. Is that a fat guy's fishing stinger tail? Is what the stinger tail? This is Angling AI. That's their crappie minnow. Did you always use dual injectors with it, or did you ever use that mold with a lamination plate? I always use dual injectors. I have seen some people that do the lamination plates, and those seem kind of cool, but I've always just used dual injectors. I know it's hotter than that. Come on. There it goes. It's about 350. It's definitely plenty hot. Needs to get a little bit hotter. So that's going to go on this side. Make sure that's it's cleared. Okay. I'm just going to do until this is at like 10. I don't want to do it for the full 30, but okay. Awesome. That should be pretty close to the temperature that we need. Yep, that is perfect. We're going to inject round 3. Getting low on the plastisol, but should be alright because we have those pucks over there, so we should be able to get our 4 rounds in for 2 packs. So, ooh, that looks like a good laminate on the top at least. Goodness, that was not very easy to push back up. All right, I'm just gonna toss this back in there while it's still hot so it can kind of cool down, or so it can kind of melt down while it's already in the cup before I even put it in the microwave. Same thing with the monkey milk side. This coat is like kind of annoying when I'm making baits because it gets in the way, but it's definitely nice to keep me warm. I need to see what percent my 28%. What percent is this at? I'm gonna plug my phone in for a little bit, and then I'm gonna plug my. What percent is this at? Oh, it's got plenty charge. Okay. Toss that in there. that sit while I undo this. It goes in there, and this goes in there. Okay. Alrighty. I think this is the best live that we've had so far. We had, I think, a max of 14 in here, and then we had the 12 and the 10 for a while. I know some people had to leave, which is totally fine. That was pretty cool. Having quite that many people in there. I think that's probably pretty close to the most we've had on a live before. So that's pretty cool. And every single name that was on there, except I think Lane and then Cole, are people that I have never seen on my channel, which is always awesome to see some newer people, or not at least newer people, but you know, you guys might be subscribed for however long, but just some more people from the channel interacting. It's pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna undo this now. Alrighty. Whatever. It's gonna go in for, I think, probably 2 minutes. So we get this round, and then we'll have one more round afterwards. So here is round number 3. So they're definitely a little bit more mixed, but you can definitely see like all of those look really good. It might look, it probably looks more mixed than it is on the camera. I'd say really the only ones that are like actually like super mixed are these bottom two. Those are quite mixed, but everything else is pretty good. And the good thing about having 12 cavity molds and only having 20 cavity or 20 packs is that obviously after you do 2 rounds you have 24 of the colors, so you can kind of pick and choose which 20 you want to have. So if there's 4 bad ones, you can take those specific 4 out and have your 20 really good ones in, which is what I always usually do, because I always usually do rounds and evens. Like I'll either do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you know, whatever rounds, rather than just like 3 rounds or something like that. Okay. Oh boy, that's a little bit. That one's a little tight. This round, so I had the same issue last time. Let me check the chat real fast. Alrighty. I want to make sure. I'm gonna see if there's got to be something I can, because I need to cut open that new thing of oil, because my older one, the one that I already have that's already opened, is downstairs. Okay, whatever. It's our last round of this color anyways, so it should be fine. 309, 312, 314, 315, 316, 23, 24. All right, so about 330 is what that one's at. This is definitely not going to be there. It needs some more time in the microwave. I can feel the clump in there. Alrighty. I'm gonna check my YouTube stuff real fast. I just posted that like an hour ago, but yeah, we hit 2,800 last night, so that was pretty sweet. All right. So this should be, so temperature, I would assume that's probably around 320 or something around there right now. We're gonna go ahead and inject this now. And this should be, I would assume this is probably gonna be the last color, or the last round for this color today, just because, ow, that was pretty dumb. Just because that'll make 2 packs of this color. And then I'll probably do more of it, maybe off cam or something. Goodness, I always shake whenever I have to do that, because it's so difficult to pour that out sometimes, especially when I'm low on the oil in there. Sometimes it really gets hard to push the rest of the plastisol out. Also, guys, I have a video that I have it all recorded, and I'm like in the middle of editing it. Well, not the middle, the beginning, like little bit of editing it. But it's a video about setting up a airbrush painting station. It's going to be at my mom's house. So this is at my dad's to do the soft plastics, and then at my mom's is going to, oh goodness, excuse me, is going to be to do airbrush. So like crankbaits and jerk baits and swim baits and stuff like that is going to be over there. But that video is obviously not out yet. I just wanted you guys who are in the live stream, you guys always usually get a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, so I figured I'd tell you guys that. It's going to be basically just me setting up the station. It's not going to be like anything super crazy. It'll probably be like a 20 or so minute video. I think I have right now like an hour and a half of footage that I have to keep editing, but it'll probably be down to like 20 minutes or so by the end of it. Alright, so like I said, this is going to be the last round for this color. So I'm not going to put it back in the microwave this round. So that's not going to be very fun to get that plastisol puck out of there, I can tell you that right now. Let me make sure the comments have nothing in them. Let's see. Nothing new. Alrighty. If you guys have not hit the like button, I would love if you would. I know we've had quite a few people hit that like button, but if you guys are new, just started watching, I would appreciate if you guys would smash the like button for me. Just helps me get more people to see the videos that I'm putting out. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. I'm actually going to wait to add this back in there until I take that out, because it's already going to be a pain in the butt to get out of that jar. So I think, actually, do that in a minute. Goodness gracious, I need to put more oil in this. I might have to do that in a minute. Alright, so here is round 4, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is round 4. So this is going to be the last round for this color, at least on live. And here's how they turned out. This color, if you guys are new, this is going to be on my website January 31st, which is this Friday. I am fully restocking my website. My website is currently down, but the last couple months I've been fixing everything, and I've been kind of redoing my website, figuring out what I want to have on there and what I don't, and putting new molds, putting new baits, stuff like that, new colors on the website. So stay tuned for that on January 31st. Because I'm gonna have some pretty sweet colors on the website, I think. And just because January 31st I'll have my website up doesn't mean that's all the colors I'm gonna have on there. I'm still gonna be adding tons of new colors, you know, throughout, but that's just gonna be my big drop day. I didn't want to have, like, I didn't want to go from fully unstocked and no inventory to slowly just kind of having stuff in, because no one would see that. So I figured I'd do a big drop. So here is all 4 rounds of the mayfly pattern, mayfly colorway. I think it turned out really good. Here's how they look. So once those dry, I'm going to put those over here onto this table. I'm going to lay them out into their 2 different packs, and then I'm going to sort out the ones that I don't want to sell, because like I said before, there's 12 in each cavity, or in each mold. It's 20 packs, 20 pack per pack of baits. So I have 4 baits after doing 2 rounds that I can kind of decide what I don't want to have. Like this guy right here, he probably is not going to make the cut, just because it's quite a bit of bleed over. But I never waste any of these, even the ones that I don't want on the website, like, you know, wherever that one was. I'll just keep that for my personal use, or I'll throw that in a pile for remelts if it's too bad. But that one I'll probably just throw on in my tackle box, and I'll make some lures with that. So, or not make some lures, I'll catch some fish with that. Sorry. Okay. Perfect. Well, guys, because I think dinner might be getting close to being done or something like that, and then I also need to put some oil in here, and I'm gonna lay these guys out. So I'm gonna do all that off camera. I'm gonna cut the live stream off for now. I think it's like 5:45, right? 5:47. So I don't know if I'll go live again tonight, but I will definitely go live probably tomorrow, so we can do our last color, and then after that, it's just gonna be waiting game until the website drops. I'm gonna be at my mom's the rest of the time, so I'm not gonna be able to make any streams, but I will have YouTube shorts. So all right, guys, I'm gonna call that for now. I don't know if I'm gonna do another live tonight or not. I probably would not expect another live tonight, just because it is getting kind of late and I got some stuff for school and dinner and everything to do. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow.